Alright guys, what we're going to be working on now is this piece of Mokume Gane. We're going to be making the ring like what I talked about. It's not going to be very traditional because, traditionally made I should say. I'm going to drill a hole through here. After I anneal it, we're going to take and cut somewhat of a circle out around here. And then we're going to see if we can shape it on a steel mandrel. If I like the way it turns out, and if it turns out pretty good, and they're not too difficult to make, I'll probably put them up on my Etsy store. We'll see. This one's going to be already spoken for. It's for my cousin. He asked me to make it for him. So, for you, Jacob, see how it turns out. Alright, so here it is in there. I don't want to put it too deep in the coal because this will melt a whole lot quicker than steel. We're going to really watch it. I think she's almost there anyway. Alright, and we got to take it inside to the quench bucket I have inside. Yeah, that's good. And quench it in there. Alright. Feels pretty good right there. Nice and annealed. So like I said, what we'll do is we'll punch a hole there through the center and we'll get to doing the rest of it. Alright, we're going to start out with a 3/8 drill bit. Just chuck it up here in the drill press. Alright, let's drill it in the center. There we go. And we got our hole in the center there. Now what we're going to do is go over here to the bench. We're going to take Sharpie, and this don't have to be perfect. Whew, piece is a little hot, but we're just going to take and kind of mark out a circle on here. Somewhere in that ballpark. Alright, like that. And then we're going to put it on the bandsaw and just cut this excess off. Alright, now what we're going to do is just kind of clean the roundness up a little bit. I'm not looking for perfect, but I want somewhat even. Now it's going to get a little loud. Alright, there we go. Now we're just going to take and heat it up, drift that open a little bit more. So I think I'm going to make it to where it fits on my finger, and or maybe a little bit tighter. He's got probably smaller fingers than I do, but I might just make it small and get him to try it on and see how it is and everything. And if I do decide to make these often, I'll just get me one of them ring sizers that you can get, a plastic one, fairly inexpensive. So there we go. We'll get back to the forge, heat it up, and I've got a couple mandrels I'm gonna size it out with, or drifts, better to say. All right, I'm gonna start with this one. Take it. All right, let's see if that's good enough. I think we have a little delamination on it. Let's take it back to the fire. We'll heat it up. My first time making Mokume Gane, so it may not be the best, and that may be why we got it delaminated. We'll heat her up and see if we can't get it to weld back together, and then we'll go from there. Guys, well, that was a complete failure. And I was over here in the forge trying to get it heated back up to the point where we could maybe forge weld it all back together, and I left it in there a little too long. I picked it up and half the ring just fell off into the fire. When I first made this, I made this in the propane forge. It was a little bit easier to manage. This time in the coal forge, when I'm just trying to figure it out and everything, I mean, I burn steel constantly in this thing. So I mean, I tried it. I was out of propane, that's why I didn't use that. But I'm still going to post this video. You know, maybe some guys can give me some pointers on why it delaminated. You know, maybe I pushed it too far, even though it was hot and annealed. I know copper is work hardening, so if you've got any info on it, any advice or anything like that, I have to wait till I'm able to get some more materials to do Mokume Gane before I can make some more. So I hope you enjoyed what you've seen. You know, not everything's going to be a success. Y'all have a good day. And remember, knowledge must be tested on the anvil of experience. Happy New Year, y'all.